What's going on, guys? Alex here with Elevated Lifestyle Lab, episode 15 here. Happy New Year, everyone. Just wanted to check in with everybody and see how the new year was going. First month just ended. It's February 1st today. Wanted to see how everybody's New Year's resolutions were going. Wanted to give everybody an update on how my year's going, what I've got in store for 2021, and just to chat with you guys. So we're doing a car episode here, as you can see in the video, just because sometimes this is the quietest place that I can find. So hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys just started your new year off right. Hopefully you haven't bounced on your New Year's resolution goals yet, and you're hanging in there strong. I know for me, about 2 weeks leading up to the new year, it was kind of just a bunch of fuckery and eating whatever I wanted. And I was traveling too. I was in Colombia. We were in Bogota. My wife's from there. A lot of her family is there. So all the hose bars were off for me. You know, you got a bunch of fried empanadas and arepas and a bunch of different types of food that I normally won't eat. I do really enjoy, but it's not part of the diet. But it was good. Overall, it was good. I got back, and then once I got back into town about mid-January, ready to rock and roll again. So I signed up as far as races this year. Wasn't quite sure because with COVID, it's really weird this year. So I'm not sure, you know, what races are going to actually happen to be able to travel. So just for the beginning portion of this year, I just signed up today actually for an ultra race next month, February 27th. It's called the Lost 118. So it's 118 miles, give or take a few, around Lake Okeechobee, which is a few hours west of me here in Florida. And it loops around this big loop around the lake. So you run alongside the lake where all the dams are, so it's like a service road. So it's going to be interesting because if you guys have followed me, I have done all sorts of races, Spartan races, marathon type distance races, timed event races for ultras. So this is kind of it's a point to a point, although it's a loop and you loop back around to the same point. It's different than like my 6-day race because, you know, it's a small loop and you just kind of run around and you have everything set up there. So for this one, it's definitely need a crew to support me. So there's like 22 different spots that the crew can come in and give me aid as far as nutrition and food. So it's going to be interesting. So like as far as like the races I've done, you know, I've done like a couple 10 hours, a couple 12 hours. I did a 24-hour, but none of them, I've never ran like an actual 100-miler or anything above that, although I ran for 6 days, you know, 240 plus miles in those 6 days. But you know, it's just a completely different setup. So this one starts at 7 a.m. February 27th, and you go 118 miles. So you know, if I can complete it, that's a check. If I can get it within 30 to 35 hours, that'll be another check. So starting training last week, hitting the weights, getting back in it. After my 6-day run in November, I really didn't get any long runs in after that. You know, I was just playing catch up with spending time with the family, getting ready for the holidays. We were traveling a bunch, so you know, I just tried to recover a lot. No long runs really since then. The last few weeks I've gotten a few double-digit long runs, but I feel healthy, I feel strong, the legs feel good. I'm going to try and put a lot of miles in the next 3 weeks to get prepared for this one. Just because, you know, anything over 50 miles is really a crapshoot on how you're going to feel that day as far as nutrition and how hot it is. I know at this race it is fully open. There's no trees, no shade. So it's going to be pretty brutal for probably a good 11 hours. It's going to be getting roasted in the sun. So I've got a new strategy this time. So every ultra I do, I always tell myself after, I should have trained with walking in my training. And everybody's always like, that's weird. But I end up, you know, a lot. If you run ultras, you know you're not running the whole time. You're doing a lot of walking. And if you've done a lot of walking before and you never trained for it, you realize you're working muscles that you don't normally work when you're just jogging at a, you know, your jogging pace. So I'm making it a point to get a schedule down for this race, a walk-run schedule. So I've been playing around with it. You know, I run for 0.75 of a mile, walk the quarter mile. And it seems to be doing good. It's, you know, it reduces the compounding effect of all the banging on the knees and stuff. So I'm going to keep training with that. I'm going to try and do that as a schedule for the entire race. You know, just run 0.75 mile around like 11-minute mile pace for that duration, 10, 11-minute mile. Walk the quarter mile, been walking around a 15-minute mile for that pace, but as the day goes on, the miles accumulate. Those times are definitely gonna vary. So it'll be interesting. I crewed my boy Todd I met at the 6-day race about 2 weeks ago for a race called Pier to Pier, from Miami Beach Pier to the Naples Beach Pier. It's a 125-mile race. So he didn't make it. He made it about halfway and ran into some gut issues. Might have ate something bad, or that's the thing with these ultras, is it's a gamble, because you've got to fuel up, you've got to eat, you got to drink, and sometimes sometimes it just doesn't agree with your belly, and it's just he got super sick. But I was able to learn a lot, see a lot of the other racers, what they were doing, and some of the portions was on a service road like this next race will be. So I'm gonna try and just keep it easy during the day when it's hot. Like one of the guys told me on the 6-day race, is just manage the day, own the night. So really just try to keep hydrated, don't overheat during the day while the sun's up, and then when the sun goes down, then it's time to get on the horse and just ride it out. So that'll be fun. I got that coming up in about, it's February 1st today, so February 27th. So I got 27 days till my next ultra, 118 miles. That'll be interesting. The one after that, I've got one scheduled in March. It's called the Picnic Island Ultra. It's local here for me, so it's here based out of Jupiter. It's just a 10-hour event. So I like those. Those are just run as far as you can, as long as you can, for 10 hours, and see how many miles you can get. So that was actually my first ultra that popped my cherry about 2 years ago. So that'll be fun. That's in March. That'll be a good recovery run after the 118 miler. It's about a month from that, March 20th, I believe. I don't have anything on the schedule yet for April. I'm gonna try and squeeze something in there, maybe like a 50 miler, and then I signed up for the Keys 100, which is in May. So right now it's on like a wait list / lottery wish, because they're waiting to get the permits in their hand before they let everybody sign up. So I signed up for it. Hopefully I'm in the mix. I think maybe around in another month or two I'll find out for sure if I'm gonna do it. But I signed up for it. Let's hope that'll be a good. So the goal is to try and do a race each month leading up to the 6-day race again in November in Icarus. So with COVID, it's kind of hard to figure out what's for sure going to happen. I know a lot of my ultra buddies are looking into there's a 10-day and a 6-day race in New York City in the summer months. That's normally a really big race. A lot of big hitters come out there and run, and I heard it's it's a really fun race to do. I don't think that's going to happen. That's in like the epidemic center of where all this pandemic stuff's going on. So I don't think it's going to happen this year. If so, I might try and make some moves and make it happen. But it's hard for me to do a multi-day race, especially out of state, especially with the family and the kids, because put everything on the wife, and it's it's just not it's just harder with the kids being so young. But other than that, it's been good. Just getting back on the train as far as hitting the training really hard. Got my nutrition dialed in. I've really been eating good. A lot of meat, a lot of steak. I know a lot of people don't get down like that, and I got a lot of vegan friends and stuff like that. It's all good, but for me, a lot of steak, a lot of potatoes, a lot of rice, a lot of fruit. I'm big on fruit. It's coffee and fruit in the morning, kind of holds me over till lunch, and sometimes I'll just do a little fruit until dinner, and then just wolf down about 2 pounds of red meat and a little bit of rice and potatoes to get the calorie consumption in there, right? But all in all, I'm feeling good, feeling healthy, no aches, no pains, and feeling good. So I just wanted to catch you guys up. What else is going on? So I'm going to come out with a new podcast, so stay tuned for that. It's going to come out, me and my boy Jimmy and Paul, which I did episode 13, I believe, when we reviewed my race. It's 12 or 13 where we reviewed my 6-day race. My boys Jimmy and Paul hopped on the podcast for me. They were the ones crewing me and helping me out in that race, and we always got good energy. We always have a lot to talk about. So after that podcast, we actually were just talking, and we decided we actually were brainstorming of some ideas, and we were coming up with an idea. It's going to be called Getting Off the Carousel of Life. It's going to be the new podcast. It's going to really just be us 3 guys, all dads, all into self-improvement and all into bettering ourselves, and we're just going to share our experiences of what we consider getting off the carousel of life. As you go through your day, and if you're kind of stuck and you feel like, I'm just going to work every day, coming home, cooking dinner, going to sleep, and it's just the same old routine, and you feel just kind of blah. Well, we've all been there, and we all continue to be there on certain aspects of our life, whether it's work or fitness or family or relationships. There's always so many different avenues that start slacking or you're not paying enough attention to, and so we're just going to do a podcast about it. We're going to have each episode based around a certain topic, and we're going to share our experiences with it. Hopefully we can enlighten some individuals on how to possibly get off that carousel, that dreaded carousel of life, and so that'll be interesting. So hopefully in the next couple weeks that's going to be released, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be really cool. And also, hopefully within the next 3 to 4 weeks, Elevated Lifestyle Lab, which is this podcast, is going to be fully launching the Elevated Lifestyle Lab supplement line. We're going to have about 30 plus different lines of supplements, ranging from testosterone boosters, proteins, creatine, nootropics, a CBD line. We really have some really cool stuff coming to market. So we're just on the final stages of getting all of our samples in, connecting the merch to the site. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that. It's going to be really cool. It's hopefully going to elevate you guys and give you a direction to start doing better things with your life. So that's what this is all about. This podcast, the supplement company, it's really all about me sharing my story on how I was able to pull myself up out of the gutter 10 years ago when I was an IV drug user and really turn things around. So that should be interesting. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Hopefully a couple weeks that's going to be fully launched. I'll definitely keep you in the loop for that. Just trying to think, anything else I want to catch up with you guys. February 1st. If you guys if you're interested in hearing any new topics on this podcast or interested in seeing any new guests, just send me an email, send me a DM, and let me know if you guys would like to talk about any other topics or subjects that I haven't brought up. I know we're going to be talking we have a couple interviews coming up in the next few weeks with a few different categories that we might not normally talk about, but it's kind of cool. Just different athletes in different sports and different industries that I've never really thought of, but I've met a few people that I think it's some cool topics. So we'll see if I can get those locked in for you guys. That'll be pretty cool. And so stay tuned, guys. This is a short episode today. Just wanted to touch base with you guys. Wish you a happy new year. Hopefully all your New Year's resolutions are still rocking and rolling. If not, it's never too late. I don't really like to look at a new year and we're going to start new things. The best time to do it is today, guys. So if you feel like you're slacking, you feel like, I'm going to start next Monday, I'm going to start on Sunday. No, just start today, guys. Put the cheeseburgers down, put the potato chips down, start today, get out and walk. Put your phone down and enjoy life, guys. I will see you guys soon. Don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get alerts every time a new episode comes up. Subscribe on any of your favorite podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can listen to this or watch this on any of those platforms. Appreciate it, guys, and stay tuned. Talk to you soon. Bye.